All right, hello boys and girls. Welcome to Heroes Mountain School Academy. This is fourth grade music, week number 34. All right, so today's lesson is going to be about music theory, review number 4. And the details of that may be found on page number 82 of your workbook. We're not necessarily trying to learn how to play another song right now, but we are trying to refresh certain critical concepts of music which we learned before so that we do not forget them, because we are going to need to master and internalize those concepts so that we can be better pianists, okay, going forward. So today's lesson may be found on page number 82. We're going to be talking about the concept of beaming, okay, which we talked about before. So what is beaming? Beaming is just a better way to show note flags. Well, what are note flags? Well, remember we talked about the components of a note, which the components of a note will include a flag. A note is going to have a flag. The flag is the part of the note that goes down like this. And then it's going to have a stem. The stem is that vertical line. Okay. And then it's going to have a head. The head is going to be the shaded part or the non-shaded part of certain notes. But then instead of writing your notes like this with a flag, sometimes they write notes with a beam like this. The horizontal line just connected those two notes together. So for example, a way to write an eighth note. So you have two eighth notes over here like this. You can write them just like this and put a beam across them like that. Okay. And then the way to write a 16th note and two 16th notes, you can actually write those two notes like that with two beams like that. So when you see a notation like an eighth note and another eighth note, and there is a beam connecting them together, you know exactly what they're talking about. All right. So another thing we're going to try to refresh is the concept of rests. So when we're talking about rests in music, these represent periods of silence. So duration is going to be equivalent to the number of beats represented by the notes shown below. So just like you want to play for a certain duration, there are times that you want to rest for a certain duration, for a certain number of beats. And there are symbols for those as well. So guess what? There is a whole note and there is a whole rest. Well, the notation for a whole rest is going to be like that square, which is attached to the topmost part of the fourth line. Okay, so that's going to be your whole rest over there. You're going to rest for 4 beats. That's what it means. All right. What about a half rest? Well, if you can have a half note, guess what? You can have a half rest as well. And then the half rest is going to be like a square that is resting on the third line of your stave. Okay, so that's the difference. Okay, so the whole rest is going to be attaching itself to the upper line of the fourth line, to the upper fourth line. All right, but then a half rest is going to be sitting on the third line. Okay, if I can put it that way. All right, then there is a quarter rest, which a quarter rest is going to look like a funny symbol, like a zigzag symbol. Well, that's a quarter rest for you. When you place it like that, it means you rest for 1 beat. Okay. Then there is an eighth rest, which is you're going to be resting for half a beat. Okay, half a beat. And it has like a little 7 with a shaded head over there. And then there is a 16th rest. So this is an eighth rest. We talked about a quarter rest. Okay, then there's a 16th rest. Well, a 16th rest is going to be silence for a quarter beat. Okay, going to be silent for a quarter beat. So that's a critical concept. Please make sure you remember that. It's going to be on page number 82 of your workbook. You are going to see the concept about beaming, notes, components, and rests one more time. All right. Did you get something from it? I sure hope so. Well, thank you, boys and girls, for joining me today. Remember, God cares about you, and so do we. Bye-bye. I'll be your hero's buddy, and
as you study with heroes born. I will be your friend, so don't you